Hoai Linh and the warning about the corrupt culture. The current artists' turmoil makes us need to seriously distinguish what is. Where are the real artists who are active in art and similar phenomena? In the usual sense, the name artist refers to those who are capable. Art must create products containing art. It contains great values of humanistic and spiritual thought, especially elevating the value of national culture, especially those who are active in the art world, who are completely different from the showbiz in the entertainment world. Artists take culture as the driving force and main goal, while showbiz aims for entertainment and higher profits. In this sense, reversing the process of Hoai Linh's activities from overseas to returning home, in terms of Hoai Linh's activity genre, it is completely impossible for Hoai Linh and the list of real artists. True art activities artists must be the creators of art. What art does Hoai Linh create? Frankly, Hoai Linh is just a funny entertainer who creates a humorous space in a moment for everyone. Hoai Linh's number came to him just for fun, because he was more unique and strange than domestic comedy trees so far. But from here, there was a misunderstanding. People gave him the nickname Dan Comedy and then brought him up to be Mr. 4. His team made a banyan tree in the showbiz world, full of marketing and snatching, and then from the sparkling aura in the hands of Hoai Linh's fans accidentally made the public mistaken, and then the authorities mistakenly gave him the title that he should not have deserved. When it comes to talent, Hoai Linh can't surpass the real domestic artists, but talking about the malice in the entertainment world, the opportunity and calculation, maybe in the Vietnamese showbiz, Hoai Linh ranked second. No one is enough just to be first. That is clearly shown in the way he amplifies himself from his glorious title. Hoai Linh created more power for herself by building a church, a highlight, and also a purposeful fatal fall. Here is Hoai Linh who built a personal church but was wise when using tricks and manipulations. Covertly named as common property, the ancestral church, so that people mistakenly think this church belongs to the whole art world. Since then, Hoai Linh has used it as power to bargain with the government, forcing the government to recognize the illegal construction. Hoai Linh stood in the name of the church, set himself up to a new height, and proclaimed himself a saint. Build yourself a monument and put yourself on the line of karma. Hoai Linh held the funeral of a person in showbiz. The whole group of juniors accompanied him, commensurate with the title tree as the boss, the ancestor of showbiz. And also his juniors such as Cat Phuong. Tran on Thursday has shown it sharply, when extravagantly using his fourth brother label, such as Tu Kim Bai, flaming the world. The 4 children already know this, demanding to handle anyone who comments against their will on the online community. The behavior is not much different from the Jeonghu gang. Looking back at the behavior of the people next to him who were under the influence of Hoai Linh, it was extremely dangerous. Mr. Dam Vin Hung, his closest junior, who was trained by him to form a good figure, was already in shape. Had a statement that could not be more gypsy. Dam Vin Hung is a forbidden land, even to Hoai Linh's children. The age of not being able to absorb the sauce has cursed the Vietnamese people for being ungrateful to his father's contributions. Artist is an occupational identifier like any other profession, just like a doctor, an engineer, or a teacher. It is the misunderstanding and incorrect understanding of false values and the glittering aura of the limelight that makes the illusion increase, leading to arrogance in speech acts, misguided meanings, and mistake. Although it is very painful, but looking at the truth, it must be admitted that it is the illusion of apart from entertainment, the arts world, the audience, and a part of the government that has contributed more or less to make culture degradation. The worms that make the soup pot later accidentally become a destructive force. How many efforts of generations of artists are really kind? For example, Professor Tran Van Ky, musician Tran Cong Sun, musician Tran Tien, main musician Nguyen An, outstanding artist Hoang Dung. People who forget their selfishness, personal selfishness, voluntarily contribute their intellectual talent and energy to contribute for the common good, spreading good ideological, cultural, and artistic values for the country, active lifestyle for the community, giving without receiving in return. Elite artist Hu Chao said a very good sentence which is probably also the reason why he is always loved by the audience. A true artist must know how to devote to art and must know how to refuse. The rejection that the artist Hu Chao is talking about is to refuse useless game shows, to refuse products that are not art, easy products, and temptations to spoil people. Above all, artists are not only superficiality is laughter, but the core is the art of humanity. It is also the soul that contributes to building and enriching the country's culture and art, leaving human values for the people. Generations eternity, in a square gear misplaced, the circular lever, even a small one, destroys the whole system. Similarly, once tolerance and love for giving are misplaced, for good artists it is enough to corrupt an entire culture, so distortions that corrupt the entire ideology, passed on to future generations. To build a strong economy only takes 20 years, while to build a culture of Vietnamese national identity takes thousands of years. That's because why must our forefathers strive to protect ideological culture and cultural values with a long tradition. Today culture is one of the fields that are affected by many impacts. The protection of national security shows that in the fields of cultural thought, there are complicated developments, which have faded the national cultural identity and traditions, in order to bring a new culture into the domination and perturbation of the ideological system of the nation. Ethnicity is a low note like an iceberg that is being eroded daily, subtly moved, hidden deep at the bottom of society, making many people not think about it, and sometimes it is well wrapped and hidden. You are so deep in people's hearts that it's hard to see and hard to recognize. My grandparents have a philosophy, even if it's wrong, not everything that sparkles is also gold. The outside person shows properly, but the inside is not necessarily the reality, the truth of life. Everything has its price. No one wants to live a miserable life ever, and with people who accept to sacrifice a prosperous life abroad to return to Vietnam just to eat ma'am and wear a BABA shirt, to play jokes in the field and 5 times 7 times when they are ripped off. Scandal, I had to force myself into the water to press my stomach and explain sorry to the public. That lie, no matter what the reason, is a danger to the national culture. Dr. Musician Pham Viet Long said that if you see someone with a work that has a large number of fans, you should quickly consider it to be the best art. It's time for the authorities to have it. Elimination, and people need to be more alert in the matter of protecting ideological culture. Our own permissiveness in the past time has unintentionally helped make a part of entertainers mistaken about the position of themselves, so that they can do the work, using the artist's name as a cover to achieve the dual goal, both to earn money, enjoy many privileges of Vietnam, and at the same time destroy ideological security, breaking the culture and civilization of one nation and one people. Move on to next post. Phi En Hung Tran Tin the management of Ho Van Cuong's 200 million for 5 years. In the past few days, the online community could not help but stir up before the controversy surrounding Phi En Hung and Ho Van Cuong. Phi En Hung is said to have kept all the money of boys and have moments of disinterest in children. Ho Van Cuong was exposed to messages defaming Phi En Hung, but then he still defended his adoptive mother with all his might, in order to officially speak up and explain this story. But perhaps many netizens still don't really feel it. Phi En Hung said that I don't like to bring personal stories to society to discuss, the audience is too concerned about Cuong, so I have to say. Otherwise, I would never speak out like this. In the video, Phi En Hung first spoke out about the management of keeping money, including 200 million VND in prize money for the 2016 Vietnam Idol Kids champion of Singer Ho Van Cuong. She said, "I am a singer, so I never keep it. Money, a real singer who cares about money can't sing, so my money and Cuong are just handed over to the manager to keep. I don't know about Cuong's money and no one knows my money. The company has different regulations. Here are the terms of the contract we signed." Phi En Hung said that when Ho Van Cuong won the Vietnam Idol Kids champion, she asked his parents about this 200 million dong prize money. Both of them agreed that they should take it slow and then calculate the news about Phi En Hung's imprisonment. Singer Ho Van Cuong's family also said, "To tell the truth, the brothers and sisters here are extremely happy. The brothers and sisters in the new hometown come to Cuong to sing. Not long after, the money is not enough to build a house, even if you take 200 million dong of bonus from Cuong building a house in the countryside. What is the future of his children? Cuong must go to school. I want Cuong to study in the city," and his mother agrees. Phi En Hung also revealed that Ho Van Cuong and his biological mother had different words, could not talk, lived in the same house, and were not close to Ho Van Cuong's father, but were very close to his mother. Phi Nhung once joked, "Mrs. Thursday, the mother of singer Ho Van Cuong, I feel like I asked her to give birth to Cuong to make me happy. Mrs. Thursday likes to stay at Phi Nhung's house because it's warm here. Phi Nhung's assistant takes care of the orphans when the singer goes to work. Phi Nhung is very fair, so she actively pays her monthly salary. I always say that my house is more like a temple because I'm surrounded by strangers. No one is related to Phin Hung, who said his family." Recently Ho Van Cuong's family disagreed. Ho Van Cuong and his father wanted to move out, but the singer's mother wanted to live. Going to Phi Nhung's house for a while. Phi Nhung said that Cuong said that when he was 18, he would move out and build a house for his parents to live with, which is a good idea. Thursday and I agreed that if I let Cuong grow up to 18 years old, he would give him all the money he was keeping so that he could separate, and I would give Cuong another few $100 million for his son to take advantage of the business. If Ho Van Cuong's family want to move out immediately, Phi Nhung will support them to rent a house because the male singer's money is not enough to buy a house. She said, "A house in Ho Chi Minh City 1 billion is not enough, then who will be in the name of the householder? Cuong performs in Vietnam and the US, I pay for travel with my own money, I don't let any company accept me into Cuong's sands. Until now, I still gave way to Cuong to sing. If I counted all of them, it would be more than 1 billion. So far Phi Nhung and her manager still keep the same plan for Ho Van Cuong and Cuong even at the age of 18. But how can I do everything alone? That's how I sponsor my children, honestly thinking that I'm a man, I want to take the initiative in everything, but if I count it all, I still don't have enough money to do anything." Singer Phi Nhung said. Phi Nhung also turned to blame Ho Van Cuong. "We keep money for Cuong, maybe he wants to get interest. Oh my god, is it not enough for my mother to take care of me? For Cuong, not for anyone." Phi Nhung also said that she and the company want to do the best for the adopted child, regardless of what outsiders say. She said that, "I don't like to talk about personal matters to society because the audience cares too much about Cuong, so I have to said, otherwise I would never speak up like this. If I did, I would only tell the police." Before Phi Nhung's confession above, many opinions said that Phi Nhung's keeping of Ho Van Cuong's million dong is unreasonable and stated that "My family is poor, so please give it to my parents to consider it as merit. It's only right that your parents gave birth to you. If people are rewarded, they can give it to their parents, but when they go to school, they can still sing. If they use that money to feed their children, learn to spend without profit, then there's nothing to be afraid of." Phi Nhung's explanation is so hard to hear. Cell name 3 Dong. Recently, artist Hong Van on his personal page sincerely apologized to the audience for advertising false products. According to the ad, Hong Van artist advised the public to use effervescent tablets to treat uterine fibroids and try prove this product has a real effect by making false medical claims. In fact, these are just functional foods that have absolutely no therapeutic effect like drugs, but even if they are drugs, outside the medical council, no one dares to confirm the effectiveness of such treatment. As an artist, unfortunately, there are more and more cases of celebrities exaggerating the effects of such untested products. They also defy the recommendations of the health authorities and the consequences for them. Fans because of their trust and love. They use that advertising product. This is an abuse of the public both financially and in terms of health. Celebrities are easy to attract the public, so they can participate in advertising for a living and work normally. The problem is that the advertising must comply with the law and the advertised products must strictly comply with the regulations of specialized agencies. Industry on origin, quality, and marketing rights. In fact, there are many famous people who are beauty queens, artists who take advantage of their own advantages to advertise floating products. Not long ago, the Labor newspaper had a series of articles investigating the world of mixed cream. The nutrition is chaotic and dangerous for users because many famous artists promote it. When bringing these mixed creams to specialized medical agencies for analysis, very scary results have been recorded. Long-term can cause severe damage to the skin, chemical poisoning, blistering, and many cases will have to go to the emergency room. With the above implementation, it is also easy to recognize the turmoil in this field with the participation of many famous people. It's not hard to see ads like this rife on social media and even on some TV channels, from perfumes of unknown origin to fake cosmetics, to floating functional foods that no one knows. How effective? Profits flow into the pocket of the producer and of course the advertiser. The consequences are certainly on the consumer. Before this situation, the propaganda department of Ho Chi Minh City Party Committee suggested that literary and art associations correct the situation of artists advertising falsely and violating the law, next to the Ministry of Culture, Sports, and Tourism. The calendar also recommends the local people's committees to strictly control the advertising content of health food supplements. Creating a reputation is extremely difficult. Keeping a name in the hearts of the public is even more difficult. G and appreciate the public's admiration for him. In folklore there is a warning, buy 3,000 and sell 3 dong.